Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to see the concluding part of the chapter chemical coordination and integration. So today we are going to cover interaction of endocrine glands, hormones from heart, kidney and gastrointestinal tract and mechanism of hormone action. So first let us study regarding interaction of endocrine glands. The hypothalamus, it produces the releasing hormone, and the releasing hormone, it acts upon pituitary, and it produces the stimulating hormone, it acts upon the target gland. Okay, and the target gland, it produces next hormone, hormone 3, and this hormone, no, when it increases, it can control by means of feedback inhibition, it can control the secretion of hormone 2, or either it can control the release of hormone 1. Then automatically the level will be in the balanced state. So this one, that is interaction of endocrine glands by means of feedback inhibition, it maintains the hormonal level. Next let us study regarding the hormones from various parts, that is heart. Now the hormones of heart, the atrial wall of our heart, no, it secretes atrial natriuretic factor, that is ANF. It decreases the blood pressure. When blood pressure is increased, ANF is secreted and it causes the dilation of blood vessel. This reduces the blood pressure. Hormones from kidney. The juxtaglomerular cells of kidney, it produces a peptide hormone called erythropoietin. It stimulates erythropoiesis, that is formation of RBC. Next let us study regarding the hormones from gastrointestinal tract. Actually the gastrointestinal tract, it is under the control of both neural and hormonal control. So when the sight and smell of, otherwise the taste of food in buccal cavity, no, it can stimulate the secretion of saliva, and the neural signals, it control the gastric and intestinal secretions along with hormones. The muscular activities of different parts of alimentary canal can be moderated by neural mechanisms, both through central nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So now let us see the hormones of gastrointestinal tract. So the hormone secreted by different parts of gastrointestinal tract, that is first, that is gastrin. So it is secreted by the mucosa of pyloric stomach and duodenum. So it acts on the gastric glands and stimulates the secretion of hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen. Secretin, it acts on the exocrine region of pancreas and stimulates the secretion of water and bicarbonate ions. Cholecystokinin or CCK, it is secreted by intestinal mucosa. It acts on pancreas and stimulates the secretion of pancreatic enzymes. It acts on gallbladder to release bile juice also. Gastric inhibitory peptide or GIP, it is secreted by the mucosa of duodenum. It inhibits the gastric secretion and motility. Okay, we studied regarding 4 gastrointestinal hormones: gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin and gastric inhibitory peptide. So next let us study regarding mechanism of hormone. Hormones exert their effects on target tissues or organs by binding to specific proteins called hormone receptors. So the hormone receptors are present in the target tissues. The hormone receptors, it can be membrane bound receptor or nuclear receptor. Membrane bound receptors are present on the cell membrane of the target cells, and the nuclear receptors, they are called intracellular receptors and they are present inside the nucleus. So this diagram, it mainly it explains regarding the hormone action. So the green color, this one spherical structure given, that is protein hormone. When it is protein hormone, it attaches with the membrane bound receptors and accordingly it forms modifications, that is physiological changes. Can you see, it is also protein hormone. It binds with the membrane bound receptor and it produces the responses, then ultimately physiological responses are produced. Next is now steroid hormone. So the steroid hormone, what the color, no, it has been given in spherical, purple colored spherical structures. It goes inside the nucleus and it modifies the nucleus. It produces some changes inside the nucleus and results in the modification of DNA. Then the DNA, it produces the physiological changes, because the DNA, it forms RNA, then the RNA forms protein, and it results in the physiological changes. So in steroid hormones production, steroid hormone, no, the whatever the physiological changes produced, it is long living as it makes changes in DNA. But the protein hormone, no, it produces changes, it is short lived. Okay,